Alright, wanted to do a quick video instead of some photos on the 1684 High Street. I mean, you're right, it's got a ton of potential. Even with Renee, I don't see how it could go FHA without them fixing a lot of stuff. So, even with a paint job on the deck, the whole deck looks like it needs to get replaced. I mean, all of this is just all dry rot damage, and depending on how high it goes up on this pillar that's holding up the awning area, but essentially what they do is they come up, if this is all dry rot down, they come up and they cut it off and they support this beam, insert the new fresh wood that doesn't have dry rot to re-support. But it's not just a paint job to get it past FHA. Like, all these beams all have issues. Like, we can't just paint that and get it past. So I mean, that's just the front deck. And then coming over, like on the siding, all of this is going to be dry rot that, if it was just stuff like this where it was the peeling paint and dry rot underneath, you would eventually want to fix it and replace it. But if it was just that, we might be able to get it past the appraiser. But since it's not, I'm a little bit more leery. We've got multiple broken planks on this other side deck. We'll check out inside. So you've got, I really do think it's a great one for your taste. And I don't remember, and I'll text this to you as well, but I don't know if we spoke to Renee regarding that rehab loan. I know you spoke to Wendy briefly about it and ended up not being an option, but I know that it would still be the 3.5% down, like you ended up doing with Renee for the FHA loan. So just a little half bath here off of the laundry room. But something like this would be a prime example for that rehab loan. Pantry area. So this is kind of the side entrance that walks into the kitchen. We've got some, I guess that's where the fridge would be. No, that's where the stove would be. I was very confused. Okay, so that's where the stove would be. Washer and dryer, laundry room. No idea where the refrigerator would go. So I guess just next to the stove. I imagine they had it here, but if that's the stove and that's some sort of heating vent right there, you don't necessarily want to cover that heating vent. And there's the exhaust fan there. Refrigerator there. So coming in the living room, you've got your freestanding wood burning stove, pellet stove. I like how it's accented by the brick. I know on the other one you guys said you wouldn't necessarily use the fireplace, but it looks nice. Not sure if you can see this, but we've got cracks all along the walls, which they're not. I saw a few other ones as well that we'll look at upstairs. So they look a little bit different than the other cracks on Bridge Street. So they might be a little bit worse than just the settling, but we wouldn't know until somebody got underneath or in the attic. All kinds of these ones are just somebody kicking the wall or something up against the wall. So a lot of little dings in the wall. This would be the front door. You've got the nice French doors that open up into the front entryway. So coming in the front door, you've got the stairs to the left. You've got a little, I guess, second living room slash reading nook slash office. What we just walked past with the fireplace. And let's go upstairs. Carpet needs to get replaced. Carpet definitely smells. It's got a nice wet dog smell to it. Stained. Alright, so now we're upstairs. This is the larger crack up here that I was a little bit nervous about. So it kind of goes all the way to the ceiling. Random sketchy door that goes out, and this is super bright out here, but this is the roof. It doesn't look like it's reinforced at all, so I don't know how much you would trust going out there. I'm not brave enough to step on it. Some more cracks that it looks like they patched. So if the rehab loan was a possibility, it would still be a ton of work. But this is why it's priced so low. I mean, this looks like... all of this is patched. I don't know what happened there. It's in a weird location for it to be water damage, but that was my initial guess. 2 closets in this bedroom here. Kind of funky layout to the bedrooms, trying to figure out what they're considering bedrooms. Second bedroom. This one's got a weird shape, a little bit smaller. Guess you could try to fit a bed against that wall. So this full bath. Nice clawfoot tub. What do we got here? I don't know what this is. I mean, you wouldn't really know until you got above it. It might just be like attic access, but I don't know if you can see, but it's all old water stains up there. Whew. I mean, it's cool, but it would definitely be a lot of work. This is like it'd be overpriced for a flipper, but that's who I would be thinking would buy something like this. An investor, somebody that just wants to dump a whole bunch of money into it and redo it all. There's another spot down here. It's all cracks. That had me concerned when I was walking through initially. See if I can find it. I think it was in here. Oh yeah, so it was back in the kitchen. It looks like that was all... I mean, it looks like it's sagging a little bit, so something's going on. Which makes me nervous. All right. It's cute. Probably not the news you wanted. I'll shoot it over to you and take a look. Ask me what questions you have, and I mean, I've never had a lender be as lenient with FHA as Renee. But if she can pass it, and if you want it as is, I wouldn't sell it to my sister as is. But definitely with a rehab loan, you get the contractors in here and fix it all up before you even move in. At that point, you're not at 190 anymore. You're starting to spend money and eating into that sweat equity. But I mean, all of this just needs to get replaced. And it's, on that front deck, it's like the majority of the deck. So I would say replacing the whole deck. On some of these other, like the sidings, you might be able to just get away with replacing a couple siding pieces here and there. There's the garage. It's a great lot. I'm not going to go in there. But you can see, like, even look like they tried to replace some of this, but and once somebody starts digging in, I mean, you pull off that board, there's going to be more behind it. You start digging in. It's never just the surface stuff. I guess that's a fire escape ladder. Yahoo! Alright, I'll send this your way.